Hi, I'm Loraine Prokopiou and I'm going to do a jump board workout today. The jump board workout we're going to do is going to start with some heavier springs and then progressively work into lighter springs. So I'm hoping it's going to be fun and we're going to get hot and sweaty. So we're going to start set up. So we've got the jump board in nice and safe. Springs wise, I've got quite a heavy set here. I've got 2 red and 1 green on this particular reformer. So it'd be the sort of springs you might use for footwork. And I've got the headrest up and ready for action, and the straps also ready for action. So we're going to do a little bit of warm up first. So we're just going to go ahead and lie down onto the carriage and actually just rest your heels on the top of the jump board there. Feel the thighs easy dropping into the sockets, and just take a moment to feel the support of the carriage underneath the body. Just easy breathing in and out, bringing your focus into the breath and into the body. And then on your next exhale, let's just take it into a pelvic tilt. So just exhale, drawing the abdominals in, rolling the pelvis back, squashing the back towards the mat, and then release back to neutral. And just keep that going and see if you can relax through the feet and through the thighs as best you can. They will sort of be working a little bit to hold that upright position, but see if you can get the feeling of just relaxing them there for the moment and just focusing into those abdominals as you do your nice easy pelvic tilt, drawing the abs in, exhaling, inhale to release. Let's do one more of those. Exhale to tilt. Inhale to release. Just recheck in to feel that neutral position. Just keep your pelvis neutral. I'd like to call your ASIS here your pelvic headlights. So keep your pelvic headlights still and on the ceiling. And then we're going to do a bent knee fall out. So allow one knee to go out to the side, bring it back up, and then do the other side. So we're keeping the pelvis still as we're rotating the ball in its socket of that hip joint. So just a low level work through the abs, just to hold that pelvis still while the hip moves. And just feel that nice easy movement. Again, just bringing the focus into the body, just finding that stabilizing motion or action of those abdominals. That's the last one. And then rest. Bring one knee into the chest and just give it a little hug, and let's just sort of fold at the hips and the knees there, and just let the back squish into the mat. That's absolutely fine. And then reach that leg away and open out the arms. Let's do that again. So we've got a little sort of compression here, the knee and the hip, just getting that moving. And then as you open the arms, you've got a chest stretch, and then we're working the abdominals to support the weight of the leg as that reaches away. We'll just do a couple more here and a reach. And we'll go one more like this. This is a little bit like the tuck jump that's going to come a bit later on. Let's hold that leg out and then lift it to the ceiling and just bring the hands up. They don't have to reach the foot. Just again, warming up, bit of a stretch through the back of the thigh. We're working the front of the hip, bit of a stretch through the chest. This is a bit like your pike jump, again, that's going to come later. Let's make this one your last one. Release that foot down and let's go straight into the other leg. So bring the knee into the chest first, little kind of compression through the hip and the knee, just as much as you feel comfortable going. Arms out wide as you reach. So allow the back to squish into the carriage there. And then as you reach away, you're into a neutral position, but controlling that. It's a nice, easy stretch through the chest as well as you work. One more round here. Keep the leg out straight when you get there, and then reach it to the ceiling as you reach the hands up. So that leg just goes as high as you feel comfortable going. Nice stretch at the top, control through the abdominals as that leg reaches away. We'll do 2 more rounds. And last one. And then land that foot back down onto the jump board. And then we're going to start moving the carriage. So just get yourself organized for that by sliding your feet down, feet parallel onto the jump board. And then we'll just push up and down and just get a sense of how that feels through the legs. Just controlling as you push out, control back in, easy full range. Nice, here comes the change. We'll push up and hold, and then come back halfway, super slow, and then push back up, super slow. So feeling the control through the legs, feeling the quads work as you straighten up. We'll do one more round here, and push up. Control back to half the way, and then we're going to pull the carriage in towards the stopper. And this time we're going to make these quick. So pulses, in and out, in and out. Keep the heels pressing into the jump board. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then push all the way up and control all the way back. Then we're going to do all of that again in a turnout. So second position, knees wide, and then just pressing up and down. So full range first, nice and comfy. Again, just have a little look. Check your knees are tracking over the center of the feet as best you can here. And then we'll go up and stay up. Super slow down halfway and push back up again. Now this one, it's quite nice getting a sense of the sit bones kind of widening a little bit and then reconnecting as you press back up. And again, feeling the quads working, and maybe you can feel that vastus medialis a little bit more in this turnout position. That was your last one. Back to halfway hold. Little pulses in and in and in. Really controlling as you're working. Heels stay rooted. Torso connected, staying neutral. Last 2 and 1. Push it all the way up and then control all the way back down again. Bringing those feet back into a parallel position. And let's push the carriage up. Maybe walk the feet down just a little bit, because we're going to stay here and just come up and down on the toes. Just pushing through the feet and then controlling the heels back. So we've got a lot of work to do here through the feet as we land our jumps. So just want to get those nice and warm and controlled. We're going to do one more up and down. Land your heels. Now, as long as you can, try and keep your heels on the foot bar as you control all the way back in. So I'm trying to keep those heels down onto the jump board. And then you'll notice as I come all the way back in, they'll lift. That's okay, but it's just working that range as best you can. We're going to push up again and stay there. Come up onto your tippy toes again, and then we're going to do running. So bend one knee, reach the other heel down, and take your time here, just feeling the movement through the feet, controlling, feel your support underneath your feet. Last couple here. Finish up on the high half toe, and then we'll land those heels again, and then you're going to bend the knees again. Try and hold the heels down for as long as you can. Getting that dorsiflexion through the ankles, and then there comes a point where the heels lift off, and that's fine, just go with that. We push the carriage up, stay there, rise up onto the toes, land the heels, and then pull the carriage back in. So let's keep doing that. Push away, rise up, land the heels, and then pull back in. Getting that sense of working through the feet, and this is kind of the action that we need in a bit of slow motion here for our jumps. Let's do one more round like this. Push, rise, heels land, pull in. Now flow that. So pushing up, rising onto the toes, and then as you bend the knees, you land the heels. And again, they will probably come off a little bit, and let's just let that happen. But getting that feeling of working through the feet to take off, working through the feet to land. Let's do a couple more here. Reach and control back in again. And last one, reach. And now let's try a little jump. So working through the feet and then land. So it's a little small one. Make sure you keep reaching for your landing. Just do 2 more there. Okay, that's all we've got for now, but we're going to come back to that. Let's push up half of the way and hold. And again, we're working through the feet with a marching action. So floating one leg up. Just getting a sense of holding in through those abdominals to hold the carriage nice and still as you work your marching action. And see if you could maybe just pick up the pace a little, keeping the carriage still. Again, that sense of working through the feet. Last couple here, and then we'll land the feet, and we're going to push the carriage all the way up. Stay here. Maybe scoot your feet down a little bit so you're as kind of long, as straight as you can. And then we'll lift one leg up, little stretch, bring that back down again. Let's do the other leg, little stretch and control back down. So a little bit like a scissors, or you could think of this as like an L shape with the legs, just bringing that leg up as high as you feel comfortable going. We're gonna hold this last one up, stay here, and just a little ankle circle. Again, just really checking in, getting the ankles and feet nice and controlled. Let's bring that leg back down, do the other side, and ankle circle. I don't think I said on the other leg, but I'm doing about 3 in one direction and then 3 in the other. Nice, and then let's land that leg, bring it all the way back in again, and we'll transition up into a sitting position. Just scoot up, coming up nice and upright through the spine, and we'll just do a little bit of rotation here. So opposite hand to opposite knee, reach the other hand back for the carriage there, and use that just to encourage a nice easy rotation. Coming back into the center, we'll go to the other side, easy rotation. And we've got one more each side. And the other side. And bring it back into the center. So we're going to take this into some more jumping now, but I want a little less spring. So I'm going to put on blue and take that green off. So now I've got 2 reds and 1 blue on this particular reformer. So it's kind of a medium strong resistance. So I'm going to lie back down again. Feet on to the jump board again, just settling into that neutral position, and just take an easy push up and down. Just feel what that resistance feels like for you. And then let's remember that work through the feet. I'm going to scoot my feet down a little bit actually, coming up and controlling back in. So flowing up to the high half toe and then flowing back down to the flat. And then let's take it into some jumps. Just driving up with the legs, and you can go, you'll find you can go a little further than you could with the stronger resistance, but you've still got that strong enough resistance to pull you back. Let's just go 2 more, and then take a rest there. And then we'll take the feet out into that second position again, and just set yourself up, and just again, just feel that movement. Feel what that feels like, and then let's go for a jump once you're organized. Strong through those abdominals, supporting the weight of the legs and controlling that landing. Reaching for your landing as well, working through the feet. Last 2, and then hold and land. Bring the feet back to parallel, and then we're going to do like a jumping jack, so transition between those 2. Let's go straight for it. We jump, land in second, jump, land together, jump, land in second, jump, land together. Keep it coming, controlling as you're working out and in. Smooth as you can with the landing. Last 2 rounds. Out and finish on an in, and take a rest. Oh, good. All right, let those legs just shake off a little bit. And then we're going to reach back and grab the straps, and then we're going to go for feet in straps. So push up part of the way, 1 foot in, stand on that one, other foot in, and just reach those legs nice and long. Check your pelvis is neutral, and then here we go. We're going to bend the knees and straighten. Take your time. Here's your tuck jump again. Comes up a few times in this workout. Trying to get the sense of keeping the pelvis neutral as you fold at the hips and knees here. Just 1 more. Reach, keep the legs straight. We're going to do lift and lower. So lifting the legs and then lowering away. Again, avoid the temptation to let the springs pull your legs over your head. You're really trying to keep your pelvis neutral as the legs lift into the air. Use your tummy muscles, buttocks to push those legs away. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. 1 more complete round. So there's your pike jump again. And back away. Go up again for the change and hold. Take a moment to check your neutral pelvis. Then we're going to open the legs out wide for an adductor stretch, and then bring the legs together again. Keep opening and closing those legs, keeping the carriage still, keeping the pelvis still. Now here is a straddle jump, wide legs, and then back together again. We'll do one more, and back together, and then we'll push the carriage away, and we'll finish, with some circles. So bringing the legs up, out and around, and together. Up, out and around, and together. We'll just do one more in this direction, finishing off on the diagonal, then reverse, pushing away, controlling as that carriage moves, controlling through the hips, and reach, and finishing there. So we'll come out of the straps, and then we can just release those down onto the floor. We're going to go back to that pattern of jumps, but no breaks in between. So starting the feet parallel all together, if you like, whichever feels good. Driving up, nice and strong through those abdominals as you're reaching those legs. 4 more. See if you can make those jumps a little bit bigger this time. Last 2 and 1, and take the legs out into second. Nice and strong through the legs, driving up, controlling the landing. 4 more here. 3, 2, last 1, and now jumping jacks. So together to land, wide. Keep them coming. Feeling the control through the legs, strong driving up. 4 more rounds. 3 more rounds. Last 2. And 1, out and in, and land on the in. Woo, and take a rest there. Let those thighs shake off, and then we're gonna transition again. So come on up into sitting. So now we're going to transition into a kneeling position, and I want the springs a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to take off 1 red here. So now I'm left with 1 red and 1 blue. You might like to go even lighter, but you can choose. So coming into kneeling on the carriage here, and let's just find that position, using this for a little bit of support. Feet against the shoulder rest, and we're just going to hug the moon. So lifting the arms up, letting your armpits easy drop, and just trying to get a sense of openness through the front of the hips here, kind of pushing down through the knees and reaching the arms. And then bring the hands down to the jump board again, and then we're just going to tip the body forwards. Keep the body as straight as you can from the knees to the shoulders, and then we're going to push away with the shoulders into that long stretch prep, and then control back in. We'll do a couple more of these. Pushing away, controlling back in, and we'll do 1 more. Push away, control back in. We're going to go again, push away and hold. Stay there, and then bend the knees to fold and bring the carriage in underneath you and push away. So the shoulders are staying still in space as we're moving the legs here, bringing the carriage in underneath and then pushing back away again. And then this time I'm going to keep out into this half plank position, and then I'm just going to bend and straighten the elbows, a little bit like a press up here. I'm just doing 2 more of these. Last one. And then I'm going to do 1 of each. So bend the knees, push out and away, hold, bend the elbows, push out and away, hold, knees come in underneath you, push away, hold, bend the elbows, push away. 1 last complete round here. Bend, push, elbows, bend, push. And then we'll just control the carriage all the way back in and come up into the upright. And we're going to hug the moon again. Just hold that position, armpits drop, and again, just trying to get that sense of opening through the hips. There's a lot of folding in the hips and the knees here as we bend, as we do the jump, so it's really nice to get that open feeling. Bring the hands down to the jump board again, and then we're going to just bring the body forwards and almost pull on the jump board to shine your breastbone light forwards. Now lots of abdominals here, glutes are working too to control that extension, and then I'm going to push out and in again. This is a little bit like a figurehead on a boat. So I'm lifting up, I'm trying to maintain a little bit of extension through the spine, opening through the hips, controlling through the shoulders. As I say, abdominals are working like crazy to keep the support of that extension. I'm going to go one more. Pushing away, controlling back in again. Release. Let's do one more. Hugging the moon, arms up, armpits drop. Finds that easy length through the spine. And then release and come back down again. So we're going to transition back down for some more jumps. But what we're going to do first, just so we're ready for action a bit later, is just pop the straps back ready, as we're going to use the hands on for those in a moment. And then we'll come on down onto the reformer. So now we're going to do some hops. So just bringing the feet down onto sort of around about the center of the jump board, one leg up into tabletop. Just push up and down on that first leg just to get the sense of how much resistance you've got in those springs. And then when you're ready, take a jump. Easy, controlling through that single leg landing, and watch the alignment as well as best you can there. I'm just going to go 2 more here, and then can you switch in the air to do the other leg? We've got 8 jumps. Nice and easy and controlled. We've got 4 more now. And last one, and then we're going to switch in the air again and do 4 jumps. 4, 3, working through that foot, last one, and then switch in the air again, 4 on this side, and then we're going to go 2 on each side, so switching, 2, and switch, and 2, and switch, and then singles. Controlling as those legs switch, working the abdominals, working and controlling your landing. Let's go 1 more on each side. And actually I'm going to switch 1 more time and then hold. Just scoot away from the shoulder rests a little bit, bring the hands up behind your head, scoop up, push the carriage up halfway, and then turn. So we're going to do like a single leg stretch here, crisscross if you like. So turn and scoop up, and then switch legs and do the other side. And we'll do that 1 more time each side, just keeping the carriage pretty still in the center there. And then we're going to try and jump that. So curl, jump and switch, criss, cross. Just like your single leg stretch on the mat work. Working through those abdominals as you get the rotation. Nice, we're going to keep going. Lovely, let's go 1 more each side. And then release and come all the way back into the stopper. Scoot down a little bit. I don't know about you, but I started getting pushing up into the shoulder rests. And now we're going to go into 100, or sort of 100. Lift the head, lift the shoulders and hold. Now we're just going to pump for 3 pumps. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to jump for 3 pumps. Land, jump. Land and jump. So hold those pumps for as long as you can. So staying up in the air for as long as you can as you work your pumps. We're halfway through. Nice. We got 2 more rounds. Last one. Reach and land. And then just rest those heels up on the top of the jump board and take a breath. So with the heels just easy resting on top of the jump board, bring your arms up, just give yourself a nice easy hug here and then reach the arms out wide. Stay there when you get there, just feel that nice length through the front of the chest and then roll both knees over to one side, letting that hip lift, just feel a nice easy rotation. And we're just going to do 1 more on the other side, just to kind of ease off there after all those jumps. Bring it back through the center and bring the hands up and just hold. Take 1 arm out to the side and then bring it back up again and do the other side. So we're going to keep alternating sides. This is a little bit like your bent knee fallout. You're trying to keep your torso and your spine straight as you work 1 arm out to the side and back up again. Take the arm out to the side, one more each side, and we'll just notice this is called your cheerleader position. And then we're going to do the other side, the cheerleader position. And then bring both hands down to the hips, and we'll just do one more cheerleader each side directly from here. So we transition up, back to the hips, and the other side. So we're just getting ready to work this into the arms in straps, and then bring that back down again. Let's do that now. So we're going to reach for those straps, and in this position here I'm using the shorter strap. Just going to set myself up again. Just bring yourself slightly away from those shoulder rests. Collect up the abdominals to bring your legs to tabletop, and we'll just press down and up first. Nice and easy and controlled here. Working the abdominals to control, because the rib cage wants to pop up as the arms lift. And we'll do one more round. Finish with the hands by the hips and hold. And then let's transition to that cheerleader position. So one arm up, one arm out. Bring both hands to the hips, and the other side. So again, just noticing this kind of unilateral work, or asymmetrical work even, makes it a little more challenging just on the torso. So firing up those abdominals to do. This is going to be our last one each side. Finishing with the hands to the hips. Hold for a moment, and we'll just work some arm circles. So bring it up, out and around, strong as you bring the hands to the hips. Just one more in this direction, and then we'll work two in the other direction, up and over, working into the abdominals again, just to prevent the rib cage from popping up. Just reach long and hold, and then control all the way back to the stopper. Find the jump board, and again we can just drop those straps down into the well there. Back to jumping. So we're going to take the feet wide to a plie, and let's just try a few jumps here with this spring set up, strong through those abdominals, and then we're going to do some air jacks. So beat the heels together and then land back into your second. Two more here, and then can we try 2 beats? 2 beats, land. 2 beats, land. One more. Can we do 3? Do 3 and land. And let's keep it coming. So you've got to get them in quick before you get to your landing. Last 2. And 1. And land and rest. Come up to halfway. Do you remember the prancing or marching? Let's go back to that. So you're kind of pushed out halfway, just lifting one leg and then the other. Carriage stays still as you take this into a more dynamic action, trying to keep the carriage still, holding on through those tummy muscles as you work this little run. 4, 3, 2, and a 1, and bring it back in again. Right, final little round here. We're back to kind of mat work, doing a bit of a scissor action. I'm scooting away from the shoulder rests again, because I'm going to lift the head and lift the shoulders and come up into that scissor action. Let's land, do the other side, and land. One more each side like this. And then can we jump this? So jump into the scissor, land, jump, land, jump, land. Strong to work the legs up in that long lever. Watch that bottom leg. It does want to drop, but don't drop it so much that you get tangled up into the springs. Strong through the legs, strong through the abdominals. Here we go, we've got one more each side. Last one. And a jump and a land. Ooh. And take a rest there. So we're going to come into a kneeling position now. I'm going to switch up the springs again. I want to go a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to drop this blue off. So now I just have one red. Again, you might find you want to go a little bit lighter. I'm coming into kneeling, quite close to the edge of the reformer here. Knees underneath the hips and just using the hand on the top of the jump board. Bringing this arm up, and then we're going to sweep over for the side bend as you push away. Control back in again. And then let's just keep that going. Up and over for the side bend. And control back in again. And we'll do one more. Up and over. control back in again. We are going to go again, stay out into that side bend when you get there, and just keep reaching for the stretch, and then we're going to bend and straighten this underneath arm. Controlling as you push out and in. Just one more here, and then bring it all the way back up and to release. And then let's do the other side. So just easy on your transition because you've got quite a light spring on there. Again, knees underneath the hips, holding on to the jump board. My hand is just slightly in front of the line of the shoulder. Bringing this arm up and over for the side bend, and then return. And we go again. Try and get the side bend. I know you're pushing with that arm, but try and get the feeling of working right from the waist to get that. One complete round. And then we go again and hold it. Stay here and bend and straighten that elbow. So the elbow kind of points down towards the springs a little bit as you're bending. Pushing out and controlling in. One more, pushing out, controlling in. And then we'll bring it all the way back into the upright and release. So now we're going to do a little bit of side jumping. So we're going to grab the ball here and just use this as a pillow. You don't need to, but I quite like to use it. So we're going to scoot around. Again, you've got quite a light spring on, so the carriage tends to move, so just be aware of that as you're moving around. Lying down on your side and just taking a moment to get yourself lined up. And we're going to jump with both feet in this side lying position. So just reaching and jumping, seeing what that feels like. Check down, look at your landing. Once you're organised, try and refocus forward so you avoid that flexion through the spine. And again, we're just easy working through the feet here. You've got a little bit of float as you jump up. With that float, let's lift the top leg into a little bit of abduction and land. Lift, make sure it's there ready for your landing. Last one here. Back to your straight jump. And then with that top leg, it's going to scissor forwards, reach for your landing and bring it back. So as the top leg scissors forward, the bottom leg scissors back. Nice, last one like that. Now switch. So bottom leg goes forwards, top leg goes back. Remember, you've got to reach for your landing. Otherwise, you might split your difference. Let's go one more here. Good, now switch. So reach, reach, reach. Forwards, back, reach for the landing. Top leg forwards, back. Top leg forwards, back, reach. Top leg forwards, back, reach. Switch it. Bottom leg forwards, back. Bottom leg forwards, back. And last two. And one. And land. And take a break. Right, let's see if we can get that going on the other side. So pivoting around. Whoops. Let me get myself reorganised here. So lying down with or without your little pillow there. Just move my battery pack as well. And just get myself, I think I made it, there we go. And then let's try the jumping. So take your time, get yourself organised. Trying to jump in that long straight line. Couple more like this. And then let's add the top leg lift and control to the land. So always making sure you're reaching for that landing. So let's do the side leg scissor. So top leg forwards, bottom leg back, and then reach for that landing. Now bottom leg forwards, top leg back, reach for the landing. Last one, and then we do our switch. So top leg first, forwards, back, reach. Forwards, back, reach. Forwards, back, reach, last one. Bottom leg leads, bottom leg forward, back. Really trying to control through those abdominals as you're working. I'm going to go one more. And reach and land. Well done. I hope you made the coordination a little bit better than I did there. Let's flip around. Actually, let's come on up and we'll just pop the ball off to one side because we don't need that for the moment. And then we'll come on down onto your back again. we're going to go back to some hops again. So just see what that feels like. It's really quite light on the spring, and you've got this float. And with that float, you've really got to hold the support, the weight of the leg with the abdominals. Let's hop on the other leg. So this is quite a nice place to do it, just the hops, because you're just supporting the weight of one leg. So if you need to come back to this, then please do. Let's do 2 on each side. And then the other side. And also with that, you might find you like to keep your pelvis tilted a little bit back. I'm going straight ahead into my switching legs here. I'm just trying to get that moment of floating as the legs switch. And now can we do a double switch? So I'm going to reach, reach, land. Reach, reach, land. Reach, reach, land. One more round. This time switch legs. Reach, reach, and land. Reach, reach, and land. One more, and land. Good, and then let's just switching legs. And then can we take this into a scissor? So you're gonna scissor and land. Scissor and land. And then we're gonna take it into a switch. So I'm gonna jump on my left leg, switch, switch, reach for the landing. Switch, switch, reach for the landing. Switch, switch, reach for the landing. Last one. Now switching onto the right leg. And we go again. Switch, switch. Switch, switch. Switch, switch. Last round. Good. And go back to your hops. Just keep those coming. Nice and controlled. And then let's bring it in to both legs. So just really getting the feel. I want to posteriorly tilt my pelvis a little bit just to be strong through those abs. Now, do you remember the tuck jumps I promised you? Here they are. Tuck, reach for your landing. So you've got to hold it up there. Make sure you don't bang into that stopper. You can bring the hands in if you like. I can't help myself. And then should we try those pike jumps? So you're going to lift your legs up into the air and reach for the landing. Up, reach for your landing. Up, reach for your landing. Last one. Oh, can we do straddle jumps? Here we go. Reach and land. Reach and land. Oh, brilliant job. These are true air jacks. Last one. One of each. Tuck jump. Pike. Straddle. One more round. Tuck. Pike. Last one. Straddle. Ah, brilliant. And just bring it back to a little hop. Oh, fab. Hopefully that's got you sweating. And then just easy. Bring it back to a stop. Oh, and take a breath. Oh, nice job. All right, what we're going to do next is just a nice easy stretch, stretching out those quads just to release all that off. I want a little bit more resistance, so I'm going to pop that blue back on again. So I've got now a red and a blue. Come on up into kneeling. Now this reformer is really quite a nice wide reformer, so I'm going to stay over onto this one side and put this foot up onto the runner. So this foot is against this outside headrest, if you shoulder rest, if you like. So if your reformer is narrower, you might be able to come here, but in this position I'm quite wide, so it's going to be more comfortable for me to be here. Take a breath. Bring the arms up just to hug the moon, and again, just getting that sense of opening through that hip. They've worked hard. Bring the hands down. We're going to push out into like a split and then control back in again. Let's keep going with that. Nice and easy control, pushing with both legs. So I'd like to get a sense of stretching through the hamstrings on this front leg and then through the quads and the hip flexors on the kneeling thigh. I'm going one more. Controlling all the way back in and stay here. Bring those arms up and just hug that moon again. Feel the length from the hands to the kneeling knee. And then I'm going to turn towards this front knee and open the arms out and just get that stretch from hand to hand and from the kneeling knee to the back hand for the lovely easy stretch. and then release. And let's scoot over and work the other side. Nice and upright through the spine, straight into that single leg stretch here and out. Pushing out, try and get a sense of I'm pushing with my arms as well as my legs. Trying to get a sense of pushing with the front leg and the back leg. And getting that sense of stretch. Hamstrings on this front leg, quads, hip flexors on the kneeling thigh. I'm going one more. Controlling back in again. Bringing the arms up to hug that moon, and again pause, feel some length from the kneeling knee to the reaching hands. Turn towards that front thigh, open the arms out, reach the hands away from each other. Kind of feel a diagonal stretch from the kneeling knee to the back hand. And then release. Take a break. Come into standing. Let's just reset in standing a moment. Push down through the heels, find some easy length through the spine. Take an arm circle, bring the arms up and reach them out to the side. We'll just do one more. Arms up and out to the side. And easy roll the shoulders. And well done, we worked hard. For those of you that are interested, this is the Align-Pilates A8 reformer. Now, as I mentioned before, it's quite a wide carriage, and it's the longest one as well, which is great for jumping because you've got that further ride to take the carriage. Now the 8, which I find quite interesting, is the fact that it's got 8 wheels in the runners to really stabilize the carriage as it slides up and down. This reformer also can come with lower legs or higher legs. Makes no difference to the workout, it just depends on how you want your reformer to stand in your studio. I also used the small ball today just as a little pillow. You don't have to use that at all. And then of course there's the jump board that fits in this particular reformer.